I want to do a quick video comparing and contrasting these 5 pairs of Air Jordan 1s. The first 2 pairs are Air Jordan 1 highs, and the last 3 pairs are mids. Let's get started with the first pair of Air Jordan 1 high OGs that came out just about a month ago in 2015. For the first time since 1994, Nike and Jordan brand actually got it right. They retroed the Chicago Bulls Air Jordan 1 as close to the original 1985 models as they ever have, all the way down to the unlaced shoes. Back in the day, the original Air Jordan 1s came unlaced, just like this, and they actually had a Air Jordan hang tag attached to them. Nike did not include the hang tag attached on this pair of shoes, but other than that, these shoes are pretty much just like the OGs, and sneakerheads were very excited about these coming out. They were actually supposed to release towards the end of May, which would have been the end of the 2014 fiscal year, but Nike botched the release and ended up putting them off. Now, when you count the lace holes right here, you'll notice that there are 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that is one of the biggest differences between the Air Jordan 1 high and the Air Jordan 1 mid. As we'll see in a little bit, the mids actually just have 8 lace holes. Let's move the high OGs out of the way and have a look at the pair of Chicago 1s that are also highs that came out just a couple years ago. But these ones are not the OGs. And I say that by mouthing quotes around my mouth, if that even makes sense. But anyway, you know, Nike's been calling a lot of their Air Jordan 1 highs OGs. These ones were just the Air Jordan 1 high. And you'll see that this pair has the Jumpman logo on the tongue right here, which is different than the Nike Air logo that you see on the OG edition. And then also back here on the heel, you'll notice another Jumpman, which is also different than what's on the OG edition. Here we can like sort of compare the heels real quickly between the high and the high OG. The regular high right here was very popular, but it didn't fly off the shelves like crazy like the Chicago 1 high OGs did at the stores that got them. Retail stores did get and sell them. It was just at Nike.com where they botched the release, and somewhere in a warehouse, somewhere in Memphis, are probably hundreds of thousands of pairs of this shoe. And I'm sure Nike will be releasing them probably before the end of the fiscal quarter. So now let's move on to the mids over here. The black ones, the white ones, and also the gray ones. I picked these up for retail. They were just about $100, and they're readily available everywhere. But it's such a good, clean, classy looking shoe that I was just drawn to them, and I wanted to buy them, and I wanted to do a video comparing the mids with the highs. And really, it's important for Nike and Jordan brand to cater to everybody. Like, it's great that they have these limited release OGs and the sneakerheads go nuts, but it's also nice for your everyday person to be able to walk into a sneaker shop and pick up a pair of Air Jordans. And for that everyday person, sometimes this pair of black mids is perfect, or maybe the white mids. Let's count the lace holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember that the mids have just 8 lace holes. And I gotta say, like, if you gotta get all black shoes for work, this might be your pair right here. So we'll move on from the black mids, and let's check out the all white mids right here. Also very, very clean shoe. And I'd say the same thing. If you have to have all white shoes for work, boom. Maybe these are your kicks. Again, these are mids, so they're only going to have 8 lace holes going up the side. These ones also have Jumpman logo up on the tongue and also on the heel. And remember, we saw that that's different than the way the quote-unquote OG models come out. So, you know, if you need white-on-white shoes for work, maybe you can get away with tucking the little silver tongue underneath your jeans or your pants, and this would be your perfect pair of shoes. And then lastly, I want to show you a pair in gray that I picked up at a Nike outlet, and I couldn't resist. Like, I looked at this shoe, and I immediately thought of the Pigeons. And I bought this pair of shoes. It's really good looking with these contrasting shades of gray with the orange outsole, and then the upper has leather and suede. I mean, these shoes really do resemble the popular pigeon dunk. And so after I bought these shoes, I was inspired, and I went on Etsy, and look what I found, these little pigeons. And I thought it would be really cool to attach these pigeons onto the shoes and make my own pigeon Jordans. I never got around to attaching the pigeons on there, partially because I didn't want to ruin the pair of shoes. But I do keep these pigeons alongside the Jordan 1s. All of these shoes are available on eBay. You can go on eBay and type in ShoeZeum Air Jordan 1, and they're all available for no reserve auctions. Anyway, it's been a pleasure walking you through the most recent 2015 Air Jordan 1 High OG in Chicago Bulls colors, and comparing that with the High in Chicago Bulls colors that came out a couple years ago, and then comparing those to the 3 pairs of mids.